Yo, what up everybody, it's your boy Goose, and welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the Echoes of Wisdom custom Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Now, the Legend of Zelda franchise is huge. There's so many characters, so many elements, so many cards that could be implemented into the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise here. But I wanted to keep things simple and have the Echoes of Wisdom Zelda be the main focus of these set of cards. Though there are other elements of the franchise in these set of cards, I really wanted to hone in on the Zelda from the Echoes of Wisdom game and not really bring too much attention to Link, because I know Link is the main character of a lot of the games. But if you guys want me to make another set of cards to focus on Link or from other games, you can let me know down below in the comments and I can make it happen. But with that being said, let's get on with the video. First off is Echoes of Wisdom Zelda. Now this card is a direct reference from the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom game that's recently been released. This game is about Zelda actually taking the reins and saving Link this time. When you normal summon or pendulum summon this card, you can special summon one Zelda or Hyrule monster from your hand. Once per turn, you contribute one monster you control and target one face-up card your opponent controls. Return it to the hand. If you control a Hyrule field spell, you can add it to your hand instead. Next up is Princess Zelda of Hyrule. Now, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Hyrule spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, when this card destroys a monster by battle, your opponent discards one card. So if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can place one Chic Pendulum monster from your deck or graveyard into the Pendulum Zone. Next up is Minish Cap Link of Hyrule. Now this card is a reference to the Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap, where it follows Link shrinking to explore a miniature world, rescuing Zelda, and defeating the evil Vati. Once per turn, if you control a Hyrule field spell, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. This card can also attack twice per turn. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, this card will lose 1000 defense instead. Next up is Ganon, Dark King of Hyrule. Now this card is a representation of Ganon, who took over Hyrule and is part of the Triforce. But as a monster effect, when this card is summoned from the hand, you can destroy one card on the field. Then this card gains 200 attack. This card cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects if this card is the only dark monster on the field. When this card is destroyed, you can destroy one card on the field. Then add one Ganon monster from your deck to your hand. Next up is our first Pendulum monster, Chic, Shadow Guardian of Hyrule. Now since there's only two Pendulum monsters, I wanted it to be very versatile and adhere to Zelda, because Zelda does become Chic in the games. Now as a Pendulum effect, once per turn you can negate your opponent's activated monster effect. Once per turn, you can place one Zelda monster you control in the Pendulum Zone as a skill 1 monster. It negates the following Pendulum effect. Once per turn, you can negate your opponent's activated spell and trap card. As a monster effect, if this card is Pendulum Summoned, this card is unaffected by other card effects. Once per turn, as a quick effect, you can destroy this card, special summon one Zelda monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. And if this card in the Monster Zone is destroyed, you can place this card in the Pendulum Zone. Next up is Sheikah Tribe Chic. Now as a Pendulum monster, while this card is in the Pendulum Zone, Zelda monsters cannot be targeted by other card effects. Once per turn, you can place one Zelda monster you control in the Pendulum Zone as a Skill 8 monster, and it gains the following Pendulum effect. While in the Pendulum Zone, Hyrule cards cannot be targeted by card effects. As a monster effect, if this card is Pendulum Summoned, this card is unaffected by other card effects. Once per turn as a quick effect, you can destroy this card, specially summon one Hyrule monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. If this card in the Monster Zone is destroyed, you can place this card in the Pendulum Zone. Next up is our spell cards. Now here we have our field spell Kingdom of Hyrule. Now when this card is activated, you can add Heart Container from your deck or graveyard to your hand. When you summon a monster, add one Rupee counter to this card. If this card will be destroyed, you can remove one Rupee counter from this card instead. Hyrule and Zelda monsters gain 200 attack and defense for each Rupee counter on this card. Once per turn, you can special summon one Zelda or Hyrule monster from your hand. If this card is destroyed, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. Next up is Hyrule Wand of Echoes. Now this card can only equip to a Hyrule monster. Once per turn, when the equipped monster attacks, you can target one card your opponent controls, add it to the hand. If the equipped monster destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon one Echoes token. It's a spellcaster dark level 3 with 1000 attack and defense. You can only have one face-up Hyrule Wand of Echoes on the field. Here's the Heart Container. Now this card is a trap card. When it's activated, this card gains one heart counter for each monster you control. When you summon a monster, Add 1 heart counter to this card. If a monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove 1 heart counter from this card instead. If this card would be destroyed, remove 1 heart counter instead. Next up is Sword of Hyrule. Now when activated, equip to a Hyrule monster. The equipped monster gains 1000 attack. When the equipped monster destroys a monster by battle, gain 500 life points. Once per turn, you can switch to a battle position of 1 monster you control. Then, equip this card from the graveyard to a Hyrule monster on the field.
Closing out the deck, we have Shield of Hyrule. Now when activated, equip to a Hyrule monster you control. Once per turn, the equipped monster is not destroyed by battle or card effects. Also once per turn, you can switch 1 Hyrule monster you control to defense position, equip this card from the graveyard to that monster, and it gains 1000 defense points. And that does it for this video. Comment down below your favorite card of the deck. Let me know if you want me to make more cards from the Legend of Zelda series, and I'll consider it in another video. Like and subscribe to know when I post my next video. And with that being said, I'm sending positive vibes and kindness to everyone and keep things PG. Positively Goose. Bye guys.